Hi everyone, welcome to SeniorGolfSource.com. Brett Francisco here, and today what I'm going to do is show you something that I absolutely love showing my students that have a poor takeaway. So when it comes to a poor takeaway, that means the first initial movement in your backswing is considered your takeaway. If your takeaway is off, the rest of your swing is basically going to be compensating to help make up for that one vital mistake that you made at the very beginning. So in previous videos, I've talked about swinging on plane. And what I'll do is go ahead and attach a link to the video here in the comments below. That way you can click on it, review it, that way you have the education behind it. But what I'm showing you today is one simple trick that I can help get my path on a good stable takeaway. And what's nice is I can do it prior to actually making the swing itself. It's going to be predicated by the position of my lower hand. So for us right-handed golfers, we're going to be looking at the positioning of our right hand down the grip. For lefties, it's just going to be the opposite. So what we're going to do here is I'll step up in frame, and we're looking at the lower hand position. So in the previous video, I had talked about weak, neutral, and strong. Well, we're going to look at that low hand. Now what happens if the lower hand is more into what would be deemed as a strong position? So that would mean that the thumb's kind of resting to the right. My palm is more skyward at address. And with that, that's going to disable me from making an on-plane takeaway. So let's look at what happens here. With the strong lower right hand position, if I set up, there's a very likely chance that I'm going to take the club away on the inside. And like I said, if we make the wrong move on the takeaway here, and I go flat, there's a good chance that I'm not going to come back on that same exact position. I'm most likely going to swing over top. So now let's look at the neutral hand position. So again, referencing the video that I had covered on weak, neutral, and strong, that neutral position, if we look at the apex of that V between my pointer and thumb, the apex of that V is somewhere over here on my right sternum. And what I'm going to get with this position is now on my takeaway, you'll see that the club is more neutral on that position coming back. So when I say the term neutral, you can see how the shaft itself is very parallel to my body stance down the target line. And that's how I know that I'm taking my club away on plane. Now, again, kind of referencing back to that video of how the grip affects your actual control of the ball. If I were to go to weak, okay, so weak for a lot of people, it feels very comfortable. It's just something that most people do kind of in the beginning stages of golf. It's an unknown comfort, basically. So that weak grip will get the apex of the V between my thumb and pointer finger. It's going to be over here towards my left shoulder. Now what I'll get with that is my takeaway is going to become more upright. Okay? And with that, it allows a lot of room for leverage at the top of my swing. That way I can come down. So the good thing about having maybe a slightly more upright takeaway is that you have the room to be able to swing closer to on plane on the downswing. But if you're too weak with it, you're going to notice that the ball is actually going to start moving out hard to the right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate the three different positions. I'm going to demonstrate the strong position, which is going to make me want to take the club a little bit more flat away. And as an effect, I'm going to most likely be swinging over the top. There's a really good chance with this that I'm probably going to pull my shot. So this will be the first shot that we go through. So weak position, thumb on the top of the grip. My takeaway is flat. And my ball flight was hard left. So if you need that shot on the course, you kind of know how to do it now. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to neutralize that right hand grip. So again, neutral position, the apex of that lower hand V is going to be on that right sternum, and it's going to help position my takeaway so it's much more on plane. Now with that, I've got a pretty dependable ball flight. You'll notice that I created a lot more launch with that as well. All right, and lastly, just for the sake of doing it, I'm going to go to a really weak position in that low hand. This might be something that I use maybe when I have water all the way down the left side, or there's hazard all the way down the left side and the right side's wide open. This is probably what I'm going to try to do. But the main concept here is how it affects your takeaway. And as you can see there, I did swing over the top. I did kind of get that bail out, and you'll notice that I lost some yardage compared to the previous two. So that's pretty much it. And that is the one simple trick, is getting a good stable position in your low hand to help you take that club away on plane. So I hope you like what you saw today. If you did, please like and subscribe, comment below. And I love what I'm getting as far as feedback from our group here. So please keep it up. You're giving me a lot of topics to cover, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you.